Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Susan, and I am Cynthia's youngest sister. I would like to thank you all so much on behalf of the Baello and Hernandez families for being here today and for coming together to honor and pay tribute to my beloved sister, to our beloved sister. Cindy, as we like to call her, lived an amazing life that most people only dream of. For those of you who don't know, we come from a large family. Cindy was the middle child of a family of 12 children. So you can only imagine that growing up, Cindy was so much more than a sister to me. She was like a second mom who made sure that I took naps after school, and she helped me and my brothers with our homework. Cindy was my hero, and I can only aspire to be like her. Even at a young age, Cindy was very enterprising. While young adults went out, partied, and went out on dates, Cindy spent most of her free time becoming the young entrepreneur. She baked cookies, she made her specialty candies, pastillas, and me and my siblings were her top salespeople in school. Yes, she was driven, dedicated to her craft, and always looking for the next big venture. Which is no wonder that she became the successful realtor that she was. What some of you may not know, though, is that Cindy was also extremely creative and artistic, and used to be one of the top executives at the prestigious Ross Publications. Everyone here knows what a loving person Cindy was, and yet the love and devotion that she had for her children, Hansel and Ellen, took on a whole other level when she became a grandmother. The rest of the world seemed to take a back seat as she showered those grandchildren love and attention. The same way that she did with me and my brothers, she taught them arts and crafts, very creative and artistic indeed. Origami in particular was a big part of that bonding, as evidenced by this beautiful crane origami that our family proudly wears today in her honor. Thank you, Angela, for making sure that everyone has one. Being the rather wild child that I am, compared to Cindy's clean lifestyle of no smoking, no drinking, healthy eating habits, regular exercise, somehow I always thought that Cindy would outlive me. We used to joke about her being a cat and having 9 lives. And those of you who have heard these stories will appreciate that this is a testament of how resilient Cindy was. And it is also quite therapeutic for me to talk about. So please bear with me. I should preface that some of these things happened in the 50s. Things were different back then, so please, no judging my parents. Here's a tell you of how Cindy lived some of her 9 lives. As a little child, Cindy fell from a 2nd-story window and survived. She also face planted on the corner of a stereo cabinet, hence that small indentation of a scar that she had on her forehead that I know some of you have seen. And then, while out on a romantic date with my brother-in-law, Sonny, sitting under a tree, a coconut from above the side of her head. Imagine the impact, right? Once after a major earthquake, the retaining wall of my parents' house crashed to the ground. Cindy went to check it out with my dad, and moments later, they were swept away in a landslide several stories down. And guess what? She survived that too. With her son Alan in the car, a speeding truck crashed into Cindy's car. Sorry, Alan. Sending her into a tailspin and ejected her from the car. And in true Cindy fashion, guess what she did? She managed to steer the car to safety with half of her body and her legs dangling outside the car. What a hero, right? There's at least one more, but I won't bore you further with the details. Suffice to say that it came as that much more of a shock when we learned about Cindy's terminal illness. Always the fighter. Her exact words to me when I reminded her of her 9 lives were, "Oh yeah, I've used 5+ already. I have some more left." What struck me profoundly was the bravery with which she faced this trial. Indeed, Cindy had so much more to give, so much more love, so much more to share and teach her grandchildren, and so much more kindness that the world needs today. But it wasn't meant to be. God has other plans for his angel, Cindy. And as I stand here today, seeing the many lives that she touched, and remembering the many causes that she championed and contributed to, I know in my heart that she has accomplished what she had set out to do. She will always be remembered for her kindness and generosity, her dedication, and her courage in the face of adversity. She is now dancing freely without pain on the streets of gold with her Creator. Cindy, my sister, my forever friend, my role model, I love you so much. You will always be in our hearts and our minds. Rest in peace and rest assured that we will always remember you. And until we meet again, I will remember you. Thank you.